In the title of this video, I said body game changes everything for you, and I'm going to explain it to you because you have to think about it. It's not really what you're saying, but sometimes you have to realize that people's first impression of you is really your style, it's how you put on clothes, it's how your body fits into the clothes. And I'm going to say this because even though you need to have a scent so that you smell good, so that people want to be closer to you, you also have to realize that isn't the only reason for people being close to you. Not everyone that they see really takes care of their body, so that's what I'm going to say, because you know when you see something so rare, you have to realize that people are going to stare, and you want it to be that when something is so rare that not everyone has it. So that's why taking care of your health is so important. To have the body that you've been wanting, you need to be hydrated, you need to have good sleep, you need to make sure that you get your 10k steps. Because it's such an easy exercise to really do, because anyone can do it. So that's why people may have this thought that you don't really need to be walking as much, that every time you're getting a car, you're driving somewhere. And the thing is, when you're driving every single place, and you're getting from point A to point B, even though it's not that far away, you realize by walking, even though most people don't want to do that, you have to understand that most people are not doing that. It helps you to get in shape and it helps you to gather your thoughts. And who wouldn't really want that? And I'm going to say as well, because, you know, for example, when you're going to meet new people, you're going to meet new women, you meet people every single day. And for example, when you're walking, you're giving yourself more exposure, you're giving yourself more opportunities to talk to people. When it comes to body game, it's really about improving your physique. It's really about walking differently. Because you realize when you start to improve your physique, when you build your confidence, because the more times that you do something and the more times that you're outside, you realize that it boosts your confidence, it gives you exposure. Because you have to realize people that have more opportunities to meet other people outside, it could lead to something. But then also it's about the connections that you make with people. You know, when you have a good body, people are going to ask you, how did you do this? What got you motivated to do this? Because sometimes you have to realize the reason why people start to take care of their body is because they didn't used to always do that. Yeah, I was going to say, so while I was doing this video, I got a message and I just wanted to say that if things do go well, I do have a date lined up. And I'm just putting this in the video because, you know, for example, when I'm always talking about how you improve your physique, that what happens, you start to attract people towards you. But the only reason why I'm saying this is because the girl that just messaged me now while doing this video, I was waiting for her to respond for quite some time. And I'm saying this because what happened, if you start exposing yourself to new opportunities, you put yourself out there, you realize that someone is going to be attracted to you. Because you have to realize you wasn't always this confident. You realize that you start to trust yourself more, you start to be more confident. And the reason why I'm saying about me going on a date soon is because she liked my picture first. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because it's so funny, because, you know, for example, when you're waiting for someone to message you, that all you're thinking about is that person, it's only when you focus on yourself that people start to message you and they start to think about you. And that's something you have to realize, because, you know, by me doing this video, I'm starting to focus on myself, I'm starting to bet on myself. And that should be the same thing for you, because if you're always chasing someone's attention, you realize that you're going to be double texting them, you're always wanting to see them, that you don't end up focusing on yourself. And you realize when it comes to body game, it's really about you putting yourself first, no matter what. That once you build good habits from your physique, it applies to other areas of your life where people want to get to know you more, you carry yourself better. And you realize when it comes to body game, I've noticed that people start to touch my shoulders more. So when it comes to body game, you might believe me, you might not, but people start touching your shoulder a lot more. Because you know when you like someone, you like what they said, you like how they look, you like even what they did, you realize that people start to touch your shoulders like here. And then also sometimes, depending on who the person is, they might start grabbing your bicep, but that hasn't happened to me, but it could happen to you. And I'm saying this because when it comes to body game, you have to understand that if you start taking care of yourself, you realize that people would want to take care of you as well. So when it comes to body game, you're showing people your good habits. And because you have good habits, you're encouraging other people to do good habits. And that's where more conversations come in, because people want to ask you, how did you do this? Why are you doing this? Where do you see yourself in the future? And that's the thing, because people that aren't ambitious and people that don't have goals for themselves, you realize that they're so distracted all the time, they're focused on someone else. But also, when you're not ambitious, you start to focus all your energy on someone else. You have to realize when it comes to being ambitious, it can link to body game as well. Because the thing is, you're trying to build a future and a lifestyle that you really want with someone else, rather than just doing what someone else wants. You don't want to do what someone else wants, but instead you want to do what you want. And you have to also have things that you're doing for yourself, which is so important. Because, for example, you can attract all the women you want through body game from a guy's perspective. I'm going to say this because, for example, you do body game just to get a woman's attention. You realize when you do get the woman's attention, are you going to stop or are you going to continue? But then also, if you get a woman's attention and she stops giving you attention, are you just going to stop completely? Because you don't want it to be that when a woman starts focusing on other guys, that you start to lose focus, you start to lose your cool. I'm going to say this as well, because when it comes to guys, you have to realize that women really want to go towards a guy because they have control. They're not going to get emotional all the time. And you have to realize that when it comes to guys, you do everything you can to really protect your women. I keep getting interrupted throughout the video. So earlier I was talking about a girl that I'm going on a date with if things do go well. She liked my photo first, and I'm going to be intentional and just set the date as soon as possible. But that's not really what the video is about, because, for example, she liked the photo where I have clear skin, she sees like my clothing style and she liked it. And sometimes as guys, you need to really analyze what women actually like, because you don't want it to be when women say be yourself and you're not getting any results, that you keep doing the same things and nothing changes. But for example, you want to analyze what women keep going for. So for example, women say be yourself, but you need to start focusing on their actions. Like, what are they attracted to? Are they attracted to guys that have big muscles? Are they attracted to guys that are masculine, that have facial hair? And are women attracted to what guys say, or are they attracted to what guys do? Because you don't want to say that you're going to go to the gym, but then you don't. She's doing good habits, but you're not. And you don't want it to be that when a woman has bad habits, that you start to fall into those bad habits. Because, for example, you have to realize that as a guy, you just need to be the one that takes care of yourself. But as a woman, you can take care of yourself, but you have the option of the guy to really lean on. If you're not going to the gym, a woman shouldn't convince you to go to the gym. You should already be going to the gym or trying to improve yourself in some way. And you have to realize that if you're not focused on your body, if you're not betting on yourself, if you're not trying everything you can to at least build more muscle, and sometimes you just need to see other guys doing better so that you can improve. Because what you see other people doing, it is possible, because if you're seeing other people do it, you can do it as well. And when it comes to body game, the main things I want to talk about in this video is that you start to attract more female attention, women start to notice you first, and you realize communication is non-verbal. And have you noticed that when you do something more, you become better at it? Because you have to realize that by going to the gym, you need to be consistent by going there over and over again. But also you need to improve your clothing style, because if you're wearing clothes that don't fit you, you're not going to be as confident around other people. And I've noticed this myself, because by me wearing clothes that don't really fit me, I start to focus more on the clothes. I start to readjust it. I start to even tuck in the clothes because it doesn't seem to fit me. Most of the focus is really socializing when it comes to a party or a club. When it comes to like a coffee shop, you have to realize that there's already distance, and you're most likely going to have a conversation. It's going to feel like an interview. But let's say, for example, you're at a club, you're standing next to each other. And for example, as a guy, you are taller. And I'm going to say this because you want a woman to at least look up to you. The other thing that I'm going to say when it comes to body game, because I know I'm 5'9" and I shouldn't be talking about height that much, because, for example, the guys that are 6 foot, they get the most attention. But then also you need to be confident as a short guy. So as a short guy, you need to be confident in the way you walk. You need to be confident in the way you talk. But let me just give you an example. So let's say that I'm with a woman right now and we're both the same height. And this is a microphone in my hand. But then what happens? I could wear shoes to make me appear more taller. I could improve my posture so that I'm a lot taller. So back to my example, height plays a huge role because a guy that's 6 foot, most of the women are going to look up to that guy. But then also the guy that is 6 foot is really signaling to other women that that guy can protect that woman, which is a lot shorter. When it comes to shorter guys that aren't really 6 foot, and that's including myself, I just need to focus more on my clothing style. You need to focus more on your conversation. And you need to focus on women that doesn't mind your height at all. You don't want it to be that you're so insecure, even though you have a good body, that there's nothing wrong with yourself. And for example, when it comes to short guys, they're able to build more muscle. I don't know how to explain it, but I've been told this and I've seen it, that they say that shorter guys have bigger muscles, but women just desire taller guys because they're taller. I'm just going to make this point and then I'm going to end the video because I keep getting interrupted, I have alarms, and I probably have to go soon. And I'm just looking at the time now, it's 10:40 in the morning. But let me just make this point and then I'll end the video. But also, when women do desire your physique, you're not just doing it for their attention, but you're also doing it to build your confidence. So if you're new to the channel, you can like this video, you can comment down below, and you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my face. But besides that, that's all I got to say, and I'll see you again soon.